Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As the first speaker from the government side of the House, would like to deliver my themes, contextualizations, and arguments. Under the motion, this House will arrange students in classroom based on their intelligence and academic performance rather than on their age. We define these motions by we as the government would like to put students and classify them in classroom based on their level of intelligence and academic ability rather than classify them based on their age like what we are experiencing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's first see the conditions that we are facing. Right now, as we know, students being classified in classroom based on their age only. And the reality that we see right now, even though they are in the same age, their ability is actually diverse. The ability that I mean in here is first, how fast they can understand certain lesson is actually different. How deep they can explore about certain lesson is actually different. How fast they're able to get the concept and implement that concept from a certain lesson is actually different. How fast they are able to solve certain questions is also different, and how active they are in group discussion is actually also different. And ladies and gentlemen, some students can understand a certain lesson way faster than the other students, and also the other students who take a longer time for them to solve a certain questions. And we believe that student is not actually stupid because of this diversity, but actually what we believe is the pace, the time, and also the way and the condition is different for each of them to be able to understand about something and to be able to grow. We believe that it's different. The only thing that is different is the time that they need it, not that they are stupid. And actually, ladies and gentlemen, the conditions when we classify them based on their age, when there are some students that can understand a certain lesson way faster and then the other students take a longer time, the competitions in that classroom is not actually that healthy, ladies and gentlemen. It's not fair because some students can understand about certain lesson way faster than the other, and it's actually way too hard for the students that take a longer time to even compete in that, because to compete in the same ground when they actually has different model and different ability, ladies and gentlemen. The competition is not healthy and actually it's not fair, and actually it can put pressures towards the student and it can lead them to become lazy. And also the competitions that filled by the top students can feel the competition is easy because they compete with other students that can understand a certain lesson longer than them. And this is what we don't want, that I will explain later in my arguments. And also the third is the teacher cannot put enough attention towards the student who actually needs it, because the students in that classroom has different ability. If the students in that classroom has the same ability, then the teachers can actually make the learning way and make the explanation suitable for the ability of the students in that classroom. And actually, the goal that we want to achieve in here is we want to maximize the education for each student and give them the same opportunity and incentive for them to be able to grow. The mechanism is first, we want to hold and arrange a test to classify each student's level on intelligence based on some requirements, for example, like some fundamentals of each lesson. And we also want to give the student mental consultations by maximizing the role of consultation teacher in school to socialize about the purpose of the system. And then the last, we will classify and put students in classroom based on their level of intelligence. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that education is supposed to help everyone in order for them to be able to grow, right? We believe that, and to be able to grow, a person needs to be in this place that is suitable for them, right? That is able to fulfill their needs. For example, like fish. Fish needs water to be able to live. If you put it in the open air, it would die. Or for example, the lily flower. It also needs water to be able to grow. If you put it in the desert, for example, it will die. This is what we don't want our students to experience. We don't want them to stuck just because they are in the conditions and the place that is not suitable for them and doesn't fulfill their needs in education. But actually, the status quo that we have right now, that is exactly what is happening. When the purpose of education is actually to create a generation that is knowledgeable and learn to make them ready to face the world, right? But in the status quo, what we are prioritizing is not the process of learning. We are currently prioritizing these students to win, and the teacher is also prioritizing the students to learn fast. For example, like if the teachers explain about something, then she asks, do you understand this? And then a smart student stated that, yes, I do. And then the teachers suddenly move to another material when actually not all students in that classroom agree that they understand about what the teachers just explained. And this is what we don't want. And the comparison is like this, ladies and gentlemen. If we put the students with diverse ability in the same school, the ranking tends to be the same, right? The top student will always be the top students, the bottom students will always be the bottom students. And these conditions can make the other students feel like they're stupid because they believe that whatever they do, they will always be in the bottom rank. And also the top students will feel like whatever they do, they will always be in the top rank. And that way, they will not put more efforts, and that way, they will not learn and grow. But, ladies and gentlemen, the conditions will be so much different if we put the students based on their level of intelligence, when actually, the top students will be with the other top students, right? Then the competitions is way more harder, right? So that way, the students will understand that they need to put more effort to be able to survive in that class, and that way they will grow. They will not see the competitions as easy as how the competition that they were facing when they are in the same class with the people from different ability but in the same age. And also for the bottom students, ladies and gentlemen, the competitions will be more fair for them, and the teachers will be able to provide them with a way of learning that is actually suitable for them. The teachers maybe can explain with more clear and also with more slow than they used to explain the students. And this way, actually, each students will get their own opportunities and incentives to be able to grow. In the bottom ranking students, they can actually learn without getting any pressures because they are in the bottom rank. They can start everything all over again to actually compete in that ground and actually to be able to win. They will be able to feel the feeling of being in the top rank. They will get more incentive and they will get more encouraged to learn more and more and more. And by this, we believe that they're gonna learn so well and be able to achieve the purpose of the education itself, ladies and gentlemen. And that's actually why we would like to arrange the students in classroom based on their level of intelligence, because we believe that this way we can achieve the purpose of the education itself. And I think this is all from me. Thank you.